always the challenge of being a host of a tournament because of all the other outside natures that come in with the vendors and the grandstands and the scaffolding that comes in for TV towers. So it's like they come in and do it the month before, but it takes you a couple months to recover from it all. I've been at this property here for 1.5 years, so some of them say you don't even get to know a golf course for a couple years of what you got. We constantly run quick manual testing of our irrigation system almost on a daily aspect, where we pick 1 or 2 holes and turn each head on for 30 seconds to a minute to see what we've lost pressure on. And usually it's always due to the biological release of what's in our pipes. If we were to lose our pump station and depressurize or fault overnight, that we could have 1/3 to half of our heads that are clogged and not working at perfect efficiency. When we have a situation where a pump station has faulted on us, we've been out and flushing heads and pipe 1,000 heads out of 3,000 heads easily, and it's a 1 week, 2 week process, and you still don't even get them all because it's constantly still moving. There is a bit of a mineral of silica in it, and then just a combination with whatever biological plankton is kind of growing and attaching to that in the pipes. So it hasn't been determined if it's all together or if this is somewhat attaching to the coarse silica that's within the irrigation pipes, and then it's algae just kind of hanging on and growing to it, and then when it releases it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and releasing, and obviously keeps finding dead end spots of the irrigation pipe or constantly being moved through the irrigation system. So not only do we clog on these screens, we then also have a foot valve which gets very gritty and they stick. You can feel this thing and you can feel like how rough, and that should be a nice smooth stainless steel shaft there that allows it to totally release back to the top. And we get a head that does not turn off all the way. So you can see a lot of this stuff that gets inside, and it's not just a slimy algae, it's very, very gritty. That is a big problem to us. We now will blow this water out and try to flush out anything else that will come out of this particular body that can maybe buy us a little more time. Does that take care of this whole section? No. This head hopefully will work pretty good until that material kind of shifts. We flushed out what we could out of the line, but this is just one small section, obviously, of the whole golf course. So some of the first impacts I've had in my short time here is, one, produce a good, successful PGA tournament, which we've had. Each year that I've had it, we've impressed upon the PGA and especially the players of really enjoying their experience in here. I mean, to this last one that had comments of, coming from Vijay Singh, of best greens on tour all year. So we're pretty proud of that fact in the short period of time that we've had. So the only other fallback that, with our irrigation problem is possibly the volume of our storage lake, which is up in the 10 million gallons when you connect the two connecting ponds above that have water features. It's a very large lake, so our pH runs very high And a lot of that could be from the biological activity that we don't see on surface. It could be going underneath with you know, the constant sunlight that we get here. However, we don't go through a lot of different algae blooms, as we don't have really a season change here in Hawaii, especially this part. So again, as mentioned before, you know, this whole irrigation system was redone in 2007. Golf course was originally built in 95, if I remember right. So even a short period of time there, you know, a little over 10 years, they redid the irrigation system. And this is really one of the more state-of-the-art irrigation systems, from the pump station to what's in ground in a lot of Hawaii, as far as that was built pre-2000. So we have the Filtomat, which, you know, is one of the better filtering systems, which is taking the water directly out of the lake, running through the filter before it goes out into the field. So if there was any larger size biological stuff or debris, that should catch it and flush it back out into our lake. So obviously, for what's being developed in the field, that is not our answer. I think we need to get back to just finding a particular product that can somewhat amend and break down this substance, so we can work towards flushing these lines out and hopefully getting a fresh start again, to where then we can kind of monitor and do create a more ongoing maintenance program to not allow it to build up like it did.